Well, welcome back to the arts department, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me, because I can't hear myself. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's get some music. Hello, Inovoyo. It is Wednesday. Hump day. Halfway through the week, my friends. All right. Super stoked on it. Seem to have moved my camera. There we go. How's everybody's Wednesday? How's your week? How's all the things? My week is full of work. Lots of work. Lots of shifting gears, which is nice. It's like moving from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and then back to the other thing because this thing got notes, and it's just love it. Love it. Had one project we thought was delivered and done, came back, which is common. It happens. Stupid camera. Come on, man. Stay where you're supposed to be. Sup, Diego? How's it going, my brother? How's all the things, man? Good, good. Yes, yes, quite, quite. Indeed, indeed, indeed. So I was watching somebody else's stream today, how unusual, whilst I was working. And he was doing like donations of channel points to unlock things. Corpse, welcome back. Nice to see you. Good to have you here. So he was doing this donation of channel points to unlock like prints and stuff like that. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't think I'm gonna do that kind of thing though. I prefer to just have prints be prints and not the art formerly known as prints. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. I'm just the host. Yeah. Jordan Ortiz, welcome back to the arts department, my friend. How's your day going? Oh, Inovuil, why didn't you call me out on not sending you brushes? I was supposed to get you the arts department brushes. See, this is why I gotta put them up on Gumroad for like $1, so that people can just be like, yo, you're so forgetful. Stop them not. I'm forgetful because I'm busy, and like I'm like, ooh, shiny. You know what I mean? So we'll have to. Well, I'll get you those after the stream tonight. Just ping me on the Discord. For those that don't know, that's the Discord. Man, I love having a stream deck. I can just press the button. Oh boy. Damn. Jordan, you've got this. No worries. You can do it. I believe in you. Big deep breaths. Focus. You can do it. I understand though. I've got a ton of deadlines, everything to do on Friday, and we're like, what are we gonna do? So the next couple of days are just gonna be cranking. So when you see me on Friday, I'll be like, There's an awful lot of stress going on, but I'll tell you, one thing that relieves stress is just chilling and talking about it, you know? Just like, hey, I just need to get this off my chest. I've got this thing, and this other thing, and then this third thing on top of that thing. So, you know, let it all go. Nice. Well, I'm glad that I put on the rock playlist so everybody can relax. Because it's gonna get a little hectic. I was actually gonna put on some like down tempo, like modern hip hop stuff, but I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it today for some reason. So I hope y'all are up for some rock, chill rock. I don't know what the heck it's called. Modern blues. You'll notice I'm using a very soft brush right now. Corpse, so you were supposed to move in January, and now you have to move next month? Is that what I'm gathering from what you said? Oof. That's brutal. With everything going on, like changing plans like that, oof. Oof. It's that's a lot to process and do in a short amount of time, you know? Moving, just in general, right? Well, I feel you, and if you were around LA, where it's time at, I would come by and help you pack up. But you are not, so I cannot. So, my positive thoughts go out to you. That's like hopes and prayers, right? Like, I'm there with you, but I'm really not. All I can give you is like moral support. Like, you got this. You can do it. I believe in you. And then Opinion comes in and he's like, I'm not stressed at all. That's great, Opinion. Ooh, Mrs. Von Drake. Welcome, welcome. And you gotta just like set her down, and I'll go get like something a little less scary, and I can draw that for a while, and she can just watch the drawing. We can do a jack-o'-lantern or something. Oh, okay. Oh, so what you're saying is you are tired. I've got it. Yes, understood. Oh, that's brutal. Nice. Not the she didn't want to sleep thing. That's horrendous. I was saying nice to the phasmophobia thing. Phasmophobia? Is that how you say it? That game does look fun. That game is the whole reason that I actually set up the $6.66 donation jump scares so that if I ever do play that on stream, you guys can torture me. Corpse. Maybe on a weekend stream for sure. That's a solid maybe. Yeah, that game looks fairly spooky. Spooky, indeed. Okay, I'm gonna transfer out to the good brush now. The good brush that I kind of owe to an Alville at this point. And I'm gonna do some rendering on her upper body here, kind of lock in some more of her features and stuff. Get that hair going and everything, you know. Of course, you know, with hair, there's a couple of ways that you can do it. You can do it in chunks, or you can actually do every thread. I feel like the style thus far has been very chunky, so I'm gonna stick with chunks. I honestly haven't played a lot of horror games at all at all when I really think about it. Thinking about horror games, I couldn't name one that I played enough to even remember. Is that sad? Last game is learning to ghost room to see if we can get it. Yeah, I've been watching streamers play that game, and just spending $6.66 like a stupid person. I think I spent like $50 on jump scares this week just because it's so fun. I was that dude that used to like scare my siblings, so it's definitely plays into that. Hey, Opinion, are you still around? That's classic. So you got the kid that's gonna drag you to all the horror movies when you're older. That's fun. That's definitely fun. desat her skin. So I'm just gonna come over a lot of this with a way desaturated color. Me, Diego? Or someone else? Okay, me? Silent Hill? No. It was the one, what's the one where it's the hallway and the guy's walking through the hallway and every time you open the door and walk through you start back at the other end of the hallway? Is that Silent Hill? PT. Okay, yeah. That one, just watching the video on YouTube, scared the piss out of me. So, hey, Rick. Welcome back to the arts department, buddy. Nice to have you here, as always. Yeah, it was a demo, but it was still terrifying. It was terrifying in like the, I don't even like, just what I watched, because I didn't watch the entirety of the demo even. Just what I watched was like weird psychological, spooky. Didn't like it. Do not like it. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I feel like, I don't know. Phasmophobia isn't as bad as PT was. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I only had a limited exposure to PT, and I've seen more Phasmophobia because people have been playing it a lot recently. I mean, it just came out, so, right? I think. Might even be early access. Yeah. Never made it to the full shebang, the full shit your pants kind of horror game. Ooh, man, her eyes were saturated. Oh well. Let's get in here and work on this shape a little bit. I just want to flesh it out enough that I can bounce back to her. Almost said bounce back to her back end, but that sounded quite wrong. So, oh, I just said it. Oh well. Yeah. So I can go back to her. I don't even know what it's called. I want to say carapace, but it's not a carapace. So. Well, I mean, I could play it on a Sunday, but we all know what happens on Sundays now, apparently. It is it is the way. What happens on Sunday is Diego murders everybody and gets away with it. In game, of course. In game. I watched for a bit last night. Maybe I'll play it on a Saturday. That's why there's a question mark on my calendar when I'm just starting or ending the stream, just in case, you know. I know it makes it hard to plan around being around a stream, but it also makes it fun to be able to say, hey, let's do a stream Saturday. Hey, Martest. Welcome back, my friend. I had meant to ask official opinion about what he had bought with his pornography money. I wouldn't call it pornography. I would call it erotica. It's way too saturated. Let's desaturate that. Hey, man. You just have to acknowledge that certain things sell, right? Naked bodies, people like naked bodies, so you just have to acknowledge that. And if you're smart, take advantage of it, apparently. Oh man, now I don't know which line was the line. I think it was this one. That's too drastic. We're gonna go with the top one, which means we're gonna paint all this out. Oh, Martes, yeah, you came in late, buddy. Official opinion, he posted something up in the Not Safe for Work section of the Discord, and that was the last stream. And it was a commission that he got commissioned for, and he came in earlier and was like, yeah, spent my commission money on more Not Safe for Work stuff. He said, I quote, I spent my Star Wars porn money on Star Wars porn, living my best life. And I was like, hell yeah, you be you, man. That doesn't sound like a bad gig. I do not judge. I mean, it was a really nice work of art, right? So, I figure he's got to have good taste. That's why I was going to ask him about what he got with his money. Yeah, you know, why not? More power to him indeed. If there's anybody new here, I apologize for talk of pornography. You may have walked into something that is new and different. And you probably want to smash that follow button because, you know, who knows what's going to happen at the arts department. I mean, I know we're going to have fun, and it might be chill, and it might be off the hook like our last Among Us session, which was crazy. There's the rock. I know it was in there somewhere. Playlists. I think her lips should be dark. Dark like her eyes. Right? There. Might be a little too much definition in all this stuff, but it will be refined for sure. Especially because with faces like this, I just switch to the smooth. And most of this stuff you just want to smooth out, right? Give her that like doll skin kind of look, that creepy doll skin. And I feel like a lot of it I'll be able to really push near the end with some just light glazing and stuff. But I want to fill in some of the base stuff before I really lock into everything. I don't know. I don't know what that means. The next session, I'm just gonna record all of our audio for posterity. Make like animatics out of it and stuff. Let's come in and oh yeah, I forgot to say that. If you're new here and you haven't followed yet, if you follow, you can go down and configure a stream avatar over there, down there somewhere, and then you can have a stream avatar like they do. Every time you come back, it'll be waiting for you, like an old friend, much like the art department. So I'm gonna come in. I think I'm gonna. Should I take out some of these lines now? I don't know. It's always hard to tell, you know. Get to a certain point and you're like, all right, the lines can go because I'm just gonna start using all of the existing tonalities. But I feel like they should stay for a little bit more until I really kind of push further. It's always the question, when to pull them out. I can just erase some of the more egregious ones. Right. Her skin may be a little skin colored, but I think I'm going to dial it later. Not because I'm lazy, but because I would rather get more of the local stuff going and worry about the small stuff later, right? Like my old teacher used to say, when painting or drawing, start with big, fast, loose, and long lines and work your way down to the small details. That way, you will have built up, over time, the foundation of everything you need. Now, I was thinking, like, maybe what if her hands, what if her fingers went black at the tips, like her legs do? But then I don't think that'll work because then it'll just be hidden in there. Unless I really work my way forward back here on this bottom half of her tuchus. Sure, why not? Tuchus. Let's clean up some of the else back in here. How do I handle it? Oh, I basically yell and scream and tell people to F off. I mean, it depends on a number of factors, really, but I feel like part of it is if I'm looking for a critique, right? If I show it to somebody and say, hey, what do you think of this? And I'm asking for not just advice, but a way to move forward with a piece, or a way to improve a piece. Or if I've been looking at a piece for too long and I show it to somebody and be like, hey, brain no worky, you know? Like I showed the dragon piece to Art of Lee the other day because I wanted to get his opinion on it, because he sees differently than I do, right? So showed him, and he gave me some very valid feedback, and I appreciated it. As far as unsolicited opinions of pieces, I don't really care for them, because my general outlook is if I want feedback, I'm going to ask for it, right? If I'm doing something on stream and you think of a way that I can improve it, I mean, I think it would be backseat arting to like call out stuff as I'm working and like continually call out things. But if you're like, have you thought about this? Then it might be something that I take into consideration, right? But quite frequently, I feel like people, and this is why this format is weird, because prior to streaming, I didn't really show a lot of work in progress stuff, right? It's the type of thing where I would do a piece, get it to what I considered a finished state, and then be like, hey, check it out. And then it's either this is an art presentation where, you know, on the Discord, we have the gallery and we have the critique area. So if you just want to show off what you did and you don't want people to pick it apart and, you know, all that, then that's the art gallery. If you want feedback, throw it in that critique area. So, and that's, I feel like that's there has to be a delineation between the two, right? Yeah, there is definitely a way to do it correctly. Generally, I just tell people that they suck and they should quit and they should be ashamed of themselves. That's my way of critiquing. Moonshadows is texting me right now. Like, the stream is live, man. Just hop in there and ask your question. I did not, Martez. I told you what I liked about it, did I not? And then I gave you ways that you could move it forward. Oh god, now I have to go back and read what I wrote. I'm like, shit. And if I did, I was probably really tired and just like wasn't able to watch my tongue. Sorry. You'll know how it goes, like where you're just like, this thing and do this thing. I honestly feel like critiques are very hard because you never know what an artist's intent is, right? Until you see that finished piece. Then you can be like, oh, so that was your intent. You meant to do that? Or you didn't see those things that could be changed to improve it, right? I'm glad, Martez. I do my best to not be offensive when it comes to critiquing, because everybody's on their own journey, right? So you gotta be like, hey, you may think about this, you may think about that, you know. See, now I'm very interested, Diego, why you would ask me such a question. Okay, Corpse. We'll see you in a few. Like, Diego, is there a particular reason? Do you want to critique me right now? Are you having to bite your Diego tongue to keep from saying something? Dang it. Stop it. Ah, okay. Well, in conjunction with the needing it to be the right timing, also you have to know that critiques are only as good as the people giving them, but they're always valid, right? If somebody sees something and it bothers them in some way, if it's not a stylistic choice, like if it's a tangent or, you know, like a compositional thing like that, then you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. And only take into consideration what you really want to. It's like life in general, right? You don't just take advice from anybody. Like, you take advice from people who have proven that they understand the scenario, or who have proven that they're trustworthy, or, you know, any number of different ways. But rarely do we just take advice from anybody on the street. Really, Diego? Huh. I mean, I have to say nobody is a fan of critiquing, right? But a majority of the time, a critique, when it's done right, is going to elevate what you're doing. That's just, it's a hard truth that I absolutely despise. That anytime that I've had a nitpickly arts director, like say Vil Ferrell, because I know he's not here to defend himself. That's what you get for not coming and hanging out in my stream, Phil. But anytime I get somebody like that, and they're like, oh, this little thing here, and what about that little thing there, and maybe that little thing there, and I'm like, oh, could you just let me do my thing? And then I go and I work on it, and it elevates the piece, like every time. Every time. I would say 99.9% of the time it elevates the piece, and then occasionally there's a thing where I do it and I'm like, I don't like it. And then after I do that, I'm like, wait, did I not do it right? And is that why I don't like it? Or did I like what I had before? And it's very, very rare that I fall into the I like more what I had before category. Very, very, very rare. Most of the time, a good critique is going to elevate you, as well as getting you thinking about those things in the future, right? So if I was to say to you, Diego, why didn't you draw my arms on that last piece when you drew me? You know, you might think about including that in in your next caricature. You know? Unsolicited opinions. Shut the hell up. But you know what I mean, right? What? No, man. Come on. I think really you're a talented artist, and you know that. So you should be able to take your critique, my friend. Critiques are important to the overall growth process. And I too, even to this day, cringe and grit my teeth at critiques. But I also realize that they're going to help me to move forward. So I do my best to just like muscle through and feel good about stuff. Right? And that in and of itself, just my advice to you regarding critiques is, it's the same thing. I mean, you did ask about it, but it's an unsolicited opinion that you can take or leave. It doesn't matter. You do you. That's how this whole thing works, right? Yeah, absolutely, Martez. Really, that's the way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, you can... I think part of it is like the artist's mentality of just not being sure about the art to begin with. Do you know what I mean? Like we always, when we're working, a majority of us are questioning what we're doing along the way. And we're doing that so much that when somebody comes along and says, well, what about that thing? We go, oh God, why didn't I see that? And then there's kind of like a, am I not a good artist? Why didn't I see that? And you know what I mean? So it plays into our, it plays negatively into our self-image as artists. And it just builds up our insecurities, which we have to learn to let go of, because those critiques are going to help us to grow and get rid of those insecurities, right? So yeah, hate critiques, damn it, but they're good. And honestly, there's a lot of critiques and stuff like that in my past that had I been able to muscle through and just take it and learn to grow from it, then I probably would be in a very different place as an artist. But in my younger days, I was very headstrong about things. So, yeah, in my younger days. Totally not headstrong now. Not in the least. Nope. Being really light with my touch right now, just barely brushing along this stuff, trying to establish that kind of depth, right? In the back here, especially. And I'll come back in and take out those lines later on. But I want to get some of that bounce light popping up there, lighten that a little bit, and then maybe I'll come back in and put like a real sharp fill light in there. Ruh-roh. Did I tell you guys about the keyboard that I got that I was super excited about? The new wireless G15 keyboard. So it turns out that it sucks, and I think I got a bunk one, so I'm returning it. So, yeah, it was the Logitech Light blah blah blah, but kept disconnecting randomly, and so I looked it up, and people were like, yeah, it's problems with this keyboard, this, and this, so I put in to return the dang thing. It's too bad, because it would have cleaned up some of the wires on my desk. But, you know, such is technology. Across the track, don't look back. All the jazz, the best part about it was it wasn't as clickety-clackety as the keyboard that I have now. So it would have quieted it up. Quieted. It would have been more quiet on stream. Like Porky Pig, man. You son of a gun. You thought I was gonna say son of a bitch, didn't you? Welcome back, Corpse. What the heck? Did I miss her from me? What? Where's that? What is that? There it is. Irasa. Bye-bye. It's weird when I use songs in videos too, and then I hear them in my stream, and I'm like, oh, I should be saying my outro right now. No. Maybe, see, we have that. Yeah, it still has some of the stuff. Yeah, we'll just paint it all over the top. Why not? Paint it over. Paint it over. Do it. We're just doing the Daniel style. We're like, yeah, just put a new layer on top and paint it. Why not? So, we are doing. So, Phasmophobia, huh? Don't know if I should play it or not. Pretty sure I'll have to put on some Depends if I do. Just a little bit of pee. What do you mean? Is this not good Creeptober stuff? Well, I thought we were doing good Creeptober. And Avil coming in with the crit. Outside of the art. Oh, okay. That's better. I feel less self-conscious now. Do you see the damage that crits do to people? So I'm just dusting in some color as well as value to kind of knock this back a bit, give it some shadowing, and bring in some additional blues. And then I will erase it out where it goes beyond the carapace. Man, I need to know what that body part is. Spider anatomy. Oh. Abdomen. That's her abdomen. Doesn't really work for a spider queen, does it? Because then she has two abdomens. Which, side note, that's what my cousin calls me. Because she's my cousin. Her wagon. Yeah. Let's get a little bit of, it's a little too dark. Easy there, buddy. Build it up. Ambient occlusion. That's the word I'm looking for. Little ambient occlusion down here. And then we can come back over that later on with some more of that, what you call gauzy material. But right now, I like having it this zoomed out because it'll really help me see where I need to push some values a little bit more. And might as well push some color and color variance while I'm doing that, right? Smudging that out a little bit to kind of draw it out. And there goes Martest into the shadows. Have been noticed. I'm gonna have to fix that. Have been witnessed, even. I will have to fix it. Hath been noticed. Noticed. Okay. Just for you, Diego. You got it, buddy. It's a little bit of a fix. Because I gotta get the Unicode letters for it, right? Oh no. We're doing it. I am just the person with the channel. Y'all are the people that hang out here. Diego done did it now. Yeah, I think that's good. So, also, let's smooth up a bit of this stuff. Let's do it underneath. Where are those dudes? Where are the little dudes? There's the lines for the little dudes. Guessing that's the paint? Yeah, let's do it underneath the paint for the little dudes. Just kind of ease some of the intensity of that textural stuff in there. Yeah, little Bob Ross action. Loves me some Bob Ross. I don't think I've got a Bob Ross though. So. Wait, where's that? Oh man, I hate when there's like brush marks and I don't know where they're coming from. That is frustrating. There it is. It's on the paint layer. What's that doing on the paint layer? Man. Big dummy. Clean that up. Let's see if we can get that. There. Yep, there it is. Get rid of it. Alright. So, with these guys inside of her abdomen, see, look at that, I remembered. Remember, right? I don't think they need lines, to be honest. I think I could actually just paint them. But I do need to give them some edges and stuff. So they're going to be kind of darker on the inside. Then give them some kind of rim lighting inside so that you get the sense that there's some depth there, right? So, Bill Farrell, I was talking to him the other night, and he pointed out something about about flies that has haunted me to this day. But it also made me realize that this Spider Queen lady gives birth to live young because they're inside of her abdomen, right? So, blah. Yeah, I'm not wrong. It's gross, but I'm not wrong. I'm glad I could entertain. There is a reason that I did it. It wasn't for my benefit. It's for laughs. Chortles? Chuckles? So I'm just kind of being a little bit lighter with some of these marks in the back, just to kind of make them a little more transparent. Give a little bit more depth to this whole thing. Not too much. Not too worried about these guys, because what I'm probably going to do is come back in over them a little bit and push things back even further into space with maybe like an overlay layer or something. Lower layers are covered. Time to move to the top. I mean, that's the quick fix, right? It's where layers just keep getting tacked on and on and on. Just putting more and more on there. But that's okay, because it's Photoshop. You ain't gotta worry now. So, let's see about getting a secondary light source in there. Something from the back in there where it's a little bit warmer. And so we'll grab like that color and lighten it up, saturate it just a touch, and then we'll see I feel like it's not ominous enough. Like when it's that bright red, it gets that kind of creepiness. Really pop that specular highlight. Come back in and give a little bit of like texture to the bottom of her, right? So it's definitely catching that ridge as if it was a plate underneath her, but then it's also catching just the tiniest bit of some detail within her. Just implied like scratches and stuff, as if she just like splays out her legs and lays on her abdomen. Got that nice, complementary palette going, that bright red and that bright green. So you got a nice pops of the saturations in there. Mrs. Von Drake, thank you for being here. Wonderful to have you as always. Thank you for hanging out, being part of the arts department. And we'll catch you in the Discord. And we'll definitely see you Sunday for some fun, hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see you soon. So I'm just putting in some extra kind of like textural styrations and stuff in here. Getting into more of the materials ideas, right? Like where's it catching light? Are there patterns to that? How does that look as it turns? You know? Where's the core shadow? Is there any ambient occlusion in there? That kind of stuff. Neighbors being all loud. I'm trying to stream here, man. Who wants to battle royale? Anybody up for a battle royale? $8 p.m. Battle Royale. Diego, corpse bothering. Mrs. Von Drake, Ivaru, Rick, Inalville, Art, and Martest all drop in to battle. And they're bunching up on the sides as usual. Art runs away because he's a big scaredy cat. Wow, Inalville took a couple of hits really early on. She's just beating Art in the back of the head apparently, and somebody took her out. There goes Art. And looks like Ivaru's next. And then Mrs. Von Drake. Got Diego, Martest, Corpse Bothering, and Rick left. It's going to be a tight one. Oh, Corpse picks up a Band-Aid. Looks like she may be the last one as she takes out Rick. Just making a break for another Band-Aid. Oh, no. Just going to go toe-to-toe with Diego. Diego is the winner. Congratulations, Diego. Good job, sir. Where'd it sound? There it is. Right. Yeah, cool. Congratulations. RNG is in your favor. Imposter no more. I mean, all the time. I mean, something. So, starting to get some nice depth in there, I think. One thing I think, though, is that I might have to put some red light in the back rather than that green. So, I'm going to throw a hue saturation layer over that and link it. and then see what happens if I can change it to red. If it's gonna look weird or not. Well, that's off the hook. You crazy. Hey, Heezy. Welcome back to the arts department, buddy. Let's try that without colorize. It's too much variance in color, I think. Yeah, it's not going to read it as red unless I colorize. I would say my hump day has been good. It was rather hectic today. Lots of deadlines coming and going, rapid fire. And things popping up, coming up for Friday. Which means the next couple of days are going to be super hectic. But I'm okay with that. I mean, I work with Daniel, so he can take the brunt of the work, right? Get in here on this cloud brush and smash in some variance to this red because it's feeling a little flat. But we want it probably towards the blues, blue violets, right? Whoa! Go away. Coloring, go away. Having it fade off a little bit into that background. How was your hump day, Heezy? As usual, when I do these things, I'm looking down here at the navigator to figure out where I need to push or pull, you know? And this kind of dark helps give it a little bit of depth. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good shift. I'm actually going to hit save right now, just in case. I'm going to do this. Spider Queen V5 as a copy, since I just overwrote what I did. I'm going to call this V5 and I'm going to say save. Okay. I'm going to open that file. And now I'm going to go back to this one, the V4. I'm going to open my history. I'm going to go back to where we were when we started. And I'm just going to hit save. So the reason I did that is so that I have an iteration. So now I'm in V5 and I have the V4 from when I started. Actually did some fun stuff. Yeah. Me likey. Alright. So. Notice that the rock kind of got painted out a little bit in there. Doesn't look as. Looks very amorphous. So, we'll get our nice chiselly brush here. We'll get our easy chalk. And we'll smash in some of this detail. We will let a little bit of that bleed through. See that? Just get some optical mixing going. I did add the red light. And I think it works. It's a very particular look. And now I have to adjust some things within the rocks and stuff. But I think it works. I like it. Use your words, easy. Oh, there you go. See, now that actually solves every problem that I had before. Uh-oh. Heezy? Meet Corpse. Corpse meet Heezy. I'm gonna have to make a channel on the Discord for people to vent. Just like... I gotta imagine that having a relationship during all of this has gotta be taxing. But let me just spit everywhere. Don't mind me. Let me just say, being single during this sucks. It doesn't just suck. This is gonna, it effing sucks. So I can identify it with not being into a relationship, but goddamn, single sucks. I mean, nah, Corpse. I ain't risking that. Not in LA. It's the young people are the driving factor in the caseload that's happening here, apparently. Touché, Anavuel. Touché. So, yes. There's much of frustration in relationships. I gets it, for sure. But grass is greener, right? Now that, I think, now I've achieved creepy with that stuff, I feel like. Now it actually has kind of a creepy vibe to it. Yeah, you know, honestly, Diego, I'm good, man. Like, I've got art, I've got projects, I've got people I can connect with. I've got D&D. There's all sorts of stuff. So, finding exterior love, not that important right now. I can put that on hold. I can pause that need, you know? That's true, and I will. But, I mean, after what? Seven months of this, I think even a good partner would wear thin, right? So, let's get rid of those lines. So, Heezy, all that is to say, I feels ya. Okay, you now have a Discord channel. Cause hey man, I'm there. Some days I'm just like, man, I gotta let out a thing. I gotta say a thing. Let out a thing. That came out wrong. Everyone except people that are new to the server. But you know, we haven't got a lot of new people recently. If there's anybody new who would like to join the Discord and go and enjoy a vent in the vented out section of the Discord, feel free. Love to have you. Welcome to the arts department. Bitch to your heart's content. You know, that's what we're here for. Support. Love and support, my friends. Love, support, and cookies. Love, support, and cookies and ice cream. Love, support, cookies, ice cream, the occasional hug. Oat milk. Currently, oat milk. Used to be soy milk, then it was it used to be rice milk, then it was soy milk, and then it was coconut milk, and now it's oat milk. Whoops. Sorry. So I'm just gonna leave this zoomed out and throw some get some textural stuff going in here. Just sampling a little bit here and there. Yeah, oat milk is great. I mean, I use the coconut milk. I don't enjoy as much, but I like the coconut milk ice cream. And then I kind of overdid, I think, the coconut milk ice cream. My poor little baby tummy. My baby tummy didn't like it. So, but my wonderful friends, my D&D friends, got me some lactate milk or ice cream for my birthday, which y'all remember. And I have yet to get up the nerve to try it, because it's, for me, like, regular milk is like 3 days of pain. So I'm like, do I want to risk it? I don't know. So that's something I wanted to erase. These little spindly things that I put on her legs there. But then, you know, when somebody gets you a gift, it's like, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, right? I mean, they know my limitations, but at the same time, I feel bad not actually giving it a go, because I haven't ever tried lactate milk or ice cream, or milk for that matter. So. Wait, technically isn't, no, I guess rice still has gluten in it, doesn't it? Right? I think she makes for a good character portrait at the very least. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. Rick's like, I wasn't talking about your art, man. Who put the Spider Queen on the old list there? I don't know. I just added everything. I don't recall who put it on. I know it was one of y'all. So whoever did it, thank you. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it. I was just doing self-deprecating humor. Yeah, I don't know who put this on there, but that was a good one. Good call. Me likey. So frequently I get, really kind of caught up in those little myopic details, and I forget to, what? Oh, there's a hole in the shirt. I forget to zoom out and keep it zoomed out, right? Like, you're never, as the viewer, probably, let's see, 18, is that about 18 inches? No, that's about 2 feet almost, right? Because of course I have a measuring tape right here. Oh, that's about 18 inches. That's about 17, so just a tad bit bigger than that. So you're never gonna see. You've gone too far. Stop it. Slightly less, but essentially, yeah, that's the wrong way, dumbass. Essentially, Something around that size is about as big as you're gonna see it. So getting in there to like hyper detail stuff. 2 players, hey, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, right on, Corpse. Thank you for the great theme. So yeah, I could do, if I look at this, I can see, hello, come on. So at 45% essentially, that's about as big as it's gonna get. So I can not zoom in any more than this, and as long as I feel good with the marks that are on the page, if I do a poster at 18 by 24 or 18 inches wide, I'll know that this is what it'll look like on the poster. So there's no need to get back in here and be like detail out her face and all that crap, right? So I can leave it zoomed out for the most part whilst I'm working, and get some painterly marks in there that have some expression and just dictate where there's a light coming from and that sort of thing. 2 players, I'm guessing you have a lot of schoolwork to do? There's people in here talking about school deadlines and stuff. So I'm assuming that that is on your plate also. Oh, that would be fun, Rick. The only problem with that is it would cost me money to produce playing cards with these on it, right? I like the idea, but I don't know anywhere that actually produces playing cards. Like one-off playing cards. Oh, you know who does? Eviru. I'm sure she's in lurk mode, so she probably she's not privy to the conversation. I'll have to hit her up after the stream and see, because she did that card that I showed you guys before. I just have it sitting underneath my mauve light over there. Mauve? I don't know. My pink light. So she might know where I can get that done. Although I don't know if she did one-offs or if she did like a full run of a bunch of cards, because I remember her saying something about really wanting to do a bunch of cards, and then I got one of them, which is really nice of her. Ten cards? So would it be 10 separate cards or 10 of the same card? Of any. It could be a thing. I mean, okay, so I just passed the break-even point with my investment in models on the references, right? Which you can find at the link tree. But I just barely started making money on it. So like if I was to break down the amount of time that I took to do the photo shoot, edit the photos, put together the videos for the 2 shoots that I did, I basically was making like $7 an hour, 7.21 total as of right now. That's how much money I've made on it in the past 2 months. Yeah. So, putting out more money for something that may or may not sell might not happen right now, but it would definitely be something to put on the marketing checklist, because I think it might be a fun thing to have some playing cards with stuff on it, with art on it, right? The problem, Rick, is that they are not inexpensive models. So, I mean, part of that's on me. Plus, you know, when you, like, as a creative, I don't ever want to, like, if somebody says this is what I'm worth, I take them at their word, right? So, if somebody says I charge this much per hour, I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't pay that, or I won't pay that, or can you work with me? I'm going to say, let me get it into the budget and then we can work together, right? And then I see how that all works out, and then if I can fit them in at what their budget is, then I bring them in. Because I feel like people, creatives especially, you know, like anybody for that matter, but I'm just familiar with creatives and the way they think, right? If so many people hem and haw about what somebody charges, then they start to it starts to devalue them in their heads, and that's, you know, that's not cool. Like, I had a guy message me on Instagram, and he was like, hey, can you do this portrait for me of my wife for our anniversary? And I was like, sure, this is what it's going to cost you for a portrait. And he was like, oh, that's way out of my range. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, come back later. And then, so his response to that was, well, was that for a drawing or for a painting? And I was like, it was way out of your range, so it doesn't matter what it was, because that was what I'm charging and you can't afford it. So I'm not, first and foremost, I've found that the people that hem and haw about paying a rate are the worst people to work with anyway. And, you know, you don't want to work with them, because they just slowly suck your creativity and all that away. So, I'm okay with expensive models as long as I can afford them in the moment and recoup some of that cost on the project. Because usually they bring some great poses and stuff. Like that, the Frazetta poses that I did, people love them because that model is amazing and worth every single solitary penny that she charges. I'm like, hey, let's do some Frazetta stuff. And she's like, you mean like this? Wacha, wacha. I'm like, yeah, okay. Job done. That was a fun rant. Like, he's like, wind them up and watch them go. Oh, well, you know, I feel like creatives kind of get a bad rep, and it's not cool with me. Like, models bring so much to the equation. I've had just dead fish models that are just like, really? How about tilt your head the other way for this one? You know? So there's, when you find people that are worth the money, pay them the money. And the same goes for musicians and cooks and writers and anybody that's doing something that takes years and years of practice and refinement and study and being present and understanding. Yeah. I mean, why the hell is a CEO making as much money as they are when, you know, I mean, you think about some of those CEOs and they've wasted their entire lives sitting behind a desk, so pity money. That's really cool. That's really cool. I honestly feel like everybody should nude model at least once in their lives. That's just my personal opinion, though. That'd be really cool, Corpse. You can post the video up in the not safe for work section. Yeah, I've never quite understood the stigma behind it, but I also look at the human form differently than your average everyday person, right? I feel like most artists do. And that's not to say that anybody that's not an artist doesn't look at people in the same way, but I feel like there is a analysis going on, an appreciation in a way that finds the interesting and unique in everything, right? Like I don't think I think it's very rare that I've ever looked at somebody and been like, oh, I don't want to draw them, right? Like for me, there's always something you can latch onto in a person or the human form, right? So nudity is just, I mean, I feel like nudity is not, I feel like it's kind of an expression of what it means to be human, so. And that's not to say that people with a moral dislike of nudity are in the wrong, but that is to say that I don't understand it, because I was never, I mean, I wasn't brought up that way. There was never any, I mean, come on, I'm a hippie kid. My name is Autumn Rain. So for me, I'm like, naked is good, you know? Naked bodies are great. Go to the nude beach. See one another. Experience man in nature, right? That's why I always kind of find those photographers that do like nudes where there's a human like form just kind of languishing around like in nature. I always find that really intriguing, because that is actually our natural state. Strip away society and that's what we are. Yeah, and off wheel. I mean, I think the important thing there's it's kind of this weird thing where America, we came from puritanical society, right? So breaking those stigmas it's hardwired into this society, especially. Like, go outside of this society, not to any Muslim society, because they're even more hardwired with that. But to other societies, and it's a little more lax. Yeah, Corpse, I'm super intrigued by that line, by like what people consider immodest and not, right? And the reason that I'm intrigued is because that line is different for everybody as humans. It's so interesting to me. Like, having the not safe for work section on the Discord, like, it's there for a reason. It's there for that stuff that's going to push that line, and you may go in there and go, whoa! Or you may go in there and be like, oh, cool, yeah. And for me, both those reactions are valid, and I just find it interesting, the moralistic psychology behind that, right? Behind the limits of how you can view a human. You're a psych major? Oh, you can't be in my stream anymore. You're gonna be like breaking down my interactions with the world. Write a paper on me. They're like, well, he's narcissistic, but he's very confused. Oh, you were gonna... That's really cool. Daniel would like to talk to you. Daniel is really... for a while, was listening to and reading a lot of that profiler stuff. That was his jam. He was doing it for general interest, but also for writing. I'll let Corpse explain this one. Is it broken? Nice. Charge my battery. Yeah, Corpse. That's actually why I can't listen to stories about well, the stuff that profilers pay attention to. Like, it's shocking to my system. I'm a very sensitive soul. In case you haven't figured it out yet, don't play horror games and stuff like that. And this stuff, like, it's shocking to me. Yeah, right? Since nobody explained it to Diego, a profiler is the person that comes in, examines crime scenes, and tries to get inside the head of the killer, or generally the killer, to never mind. There you go. Got you, Rick. Yes. Sorry. Jesus. Welcome to my life, Martez. This is actually exactly what it is like to work with Daniel on a daily basis. Because if I'm sitting here at my desk, Daniel is 5 feet away, right over there, to my right, and these are the conversations that we generally have. That's the whole reason that I was actually considering doing like a mutual podcast style stream with Daniel. Because he'll be like going off about this stuff, and I'm just listening because it's not super my jam, but I think it's really interesting how they arrive at their profiles, and not only that, but also like, you know, he'll describe like the path that profilers, or that these people take to get to where they're at based on what profilers were able to put together regarding like their childhood and stuff like that. And it's super intriguing to me. Line is bringing anything to this at this point. been trying to convince him to do it, but we have so many projects. It's like, you know, my Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm editing videos and images, and then, you know, Fridays I'm streaming, and then Saturdays he's streaming and I'm editing videos and stuff, and then Sundays is community night, and like we're like, where do we fit it in at? Yeah, I feel, Martes, we've talked about it, but the last time I used multi-stream, there was a weird kind of disconnect. Like, I watched two people streaming at the same time, and it didn't feel like it was synced up. Not to zoom in so much. I know it's important for her, like her face, right? But this is about print size here, so I know that I can make about that size mark and get away with it. Trying to break up these shapes a little bit since I smashed them in there so quick before. Something interesting going. It's looking a little even, right? So finding places where I can break it. Diego, dude. Like, when I see a homeless person, immediately I think that could be somebody that is really close to me. That could be me. And then my next leap is that person was really close to somebody or is very close to somebody. And then my next thought is, why don't they have that person? And it's just, I just get like cascades, you know? It's, yeah, and I just like ache from it. Like, that's, ugh. I got you, bro. Empathy, right? And so when Daniel talks about serial killers that have no empathy, it is such a foreign idea to me that it's like the alien, right? Like for me, I naturally, as somebody that's empathic, I try to put my head into a position or a state or understand that person. And you present somebody that just isn't that at all, and I can't, there's no way to understand that, to be like, how can you go through life and not see the humanity in other people so much that you devalue their life enough to do bad things to that person? Dude, if anybody comes into my stream right now, they're like, what the hell is going on? What? In Alville, there's people up there that are doing that? That's disgusting, dude. Ugh. Like, there's... Then there's that side of humanity where I'm just like, seriously, man? Come on. Like, there's people that need that, right? Pardon me. I mean, I panhandled in my gutter punk days. But, I mean, I was poor. Yeah. I mean, there's all types, right? There's the people that you feel bad for because you look at them and you're like, oh God. And then there's the people where you're like, you're kind of a dick, so maybe there's a reason that you're in your position. But a majority of the time I find myself empathizing and feeling really bad. Okay, I gave up and I'm zooming into the face because I want to get some nice calligraphy in here. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, down here it's the same in LA, where there's just so many of them. You know, driving through Hollywood to get to work was it was heartbreaking. You know, and if they like as a single human being, like, there's limits to what I can do other than be like, okay, well, when the legislation comes up, I will vote on the legislation that puts the money towards these programs and make sure that I can do my part as a human being to help other human beings, right? I'm still trying to decide on her eyeshadow color, which is kind of ridiculous, but hey, man. Gotta make it pretty, right? Yeah. There's only so much that you can do, and there's only so much that you can take mentally and emotionally, right? So, I had thought about that, Diego, but rust color was the base of the canvas. So it's just going to look like I left it blank. So I was trying to do something not that, right? See how it just kind of disappears in there? But if I have something that like plays off of the colors in our belt, then it's like your eyes will go from the belt to the eyes, right? Of course, it has to not be overpowering too. So maybe something along those lines. Trying to round her out a little bit. go. Big flip. Big flip. Yeah, post it up on Discord. Love to hear it. So she's gonna have a lot of flyaways because spider silk. Okay. But I feel like those flyaways are really gonna help to sell it. Is that? What is it and where is it? There it is. There we go. Good, yes. So I'm lightening her skin a little bit under there, and as well as cooling it off a little. And then I'll try something. So I just want to mess with her head a little bit. Just messing with her head. Just to see if it works better. A little bit less tilted or a little bit more tilted. Yep. What I can do is I can come in here and just delete out everything. and then clean up what's there. Sometimes you gotta... Yes, sir, Diego. Thank you for that redemption. I hit save. It is a saving. Yeah, so above this layer, I'm just going to come back in and adjust bits of this stuff here and there. Sometimes you just have to make big changes. There's this school of thought around art that is, when you see something, alter it right away, because it's going to change the puzzle along the way, right? So if you see something that needs to be addressed, address it, because then it might make everything else fall into place. So the good thing about flipping, and I probably should have done it a long time ago, is it's, you know, it's the mirror, so it shifts everything enough so that you can see whether or not it's balanced, whether or not it's working. That's why with traditional, it's good to have a mirror nearby, so you can hold it up to the mirror and it'll flip it for you, and you can look in the mirror. Need to get into this belt now a little bit. Actually, maybe we'll get this cheek rounded out. I like this part. Yes, I did listen to Varials. Not as much a fan of Varials as some of the other things that you posted. There was a couple of interesting things in there, but there's something in his voice and his delivery that doesn't quite ring amazing for me. Not bad. Not bad at all. Like, there was some stuff that I totally dug. But some of the other things I appreciated more. There was one in there that I was just like, meh, didn't like it at all. And it was more kind of a metally kind of sounding trap thing, and it just didn't see the value in it, right? Could have been knocked loose. I don't know. Man, you posted a lot. Knock loose, knock loose. No, I think I like Dead Ringer. There was something else. Maybe it was Kill Station? Might have been Kill Station. It just wasn't for me. And it might have even been in the moment. That's why I'm glad it's up on the Discord, so I can go back and listen to these things at any given point and see if maybe I'm more in the mood. Because, you know, some days you just... Some days you want an Oreo, and some days you want salad, right? I mean, good music is my vibe. How dick is that? Yeah, it's like I said, it's all like you. Some days it just depends on where I'm at mentally, you know. I definitely prefer. I have a preference for music with emotional gravitas or intellectual gravitas, like what I posted with Astronautilus and POS. Like, if you sat down and you break down their lyrical content, like really read it, it has multiple layers of meaning, and things that are just like talking about partying or drugs or any number of different things in a way that doesn't have subliminal messaging, if that makes sense, undercurrents, things that they're actually talking about, doesn't really do it for me. But I always appreciate good music, right? Like, oh, well, you know, they're talking about partying and stuff, but damn, that's some good music. But, you know, like I said, it can totally be a vibe thing where just wasn't in the vibe for it. So, wasn't in the mood. And I may totally feel it tomorrow. Or maybe I won't. But I'm glad it's up on the Discord so I can give it another chance when I want to listen to some more music. Today I was listening to Boxcar Racer and Angels and Airwaves. I don't know. This is the first thing that showed up when I opened up my YouTube music, and I was like, sure, why not? So, looking at this cloth back here, see if we can pinpoint it. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't behoove you the connection at all. If you connect to it and it one brings you joy, or two helps you to remember, or three just keeps you focused, whatever, man. Fuck yeah. Pardon my French. Rock it out. And I always appreciate people sharing music that they connect to. Because, like I said, I might connect to it. I might not connect to it just then. I might come back to it a year later and be like, damn, how did I miss this? What, am I stupid? So, please continue to share music with me. Love hearing what people like. Gives me some idea about what I'm going to have to put on the rotation when we actually get to have a meeting of the minds come the end of COVID. Be like, all right, everybody come to LA. Because I can't go anywhere. I gotta work. But I'll have enough time to do a Autumn Con. Back up to this layer now. Gotta watch those even strokes. Yeah, it's a pretty fast plane ride. It's like an hour. But now, plane ride, you're rolling the dice. Rolling the old COVID dice. Nobody likes that. That is reasonable. Is it a family thing? I mean, my grandfather had it. He had Alzheimer's. I mean, he was 80 something before it kicked in. So, I mean, for me, it's definitely a valid fear. Just gonna get my Depends on and hope that I can walk out into traffic and nobody will stop me. That's super interesting, Diego, because one of the things when my grandfather was suffering from it was he would sing old songs. So maybe it's not that far off from the truth. It's an interesting theory, and I can appreciate it and support it. Whoops. Nope. Bad. Bigger than 18 inches there. That's about it. Interesting, interesting. Little trigger memories. Wow. Mr. Voodoo. I don't know if that's the name, but that's what I'm calling you, Mr. Voodoo. 8801. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the stretch redemption. I appreciate that very much. It was very focused. Welcome to the arts department, my friend. And I am glad that you liked what you saw and maybe what you heard, although I wasn't speaking much, enough to give us a follow. If you would like to join the conversation, you can pop on over to the Discord there and give us a join and be part of the arts department. Thank you very much. It's I work as a movie, TV, and video game illustrator during the day, and in the evenings this is the type of stuff I do. Just for fun, you know, hanging out with the chats, having really heavy, deep conversations, apparently, about life, love, happiness, and sometimes not happiness, but you know, we pick one another up here. If you would like, also, there are the links for social media, among other things, and you can see some of the other work that I've done, as well as some of the professional work that I don't really show here. And thank you again. Follow Hype. Look at that. Diego coming in. He knows the role. Hypes. Hypes for Mr. Voodoo. New member of the arts department. Coming in strong with the stretch. Very much appreciated that. Man, I am tired, folks. Running on fumes right now. I've officially been drawing for 12 hours. Let's get in here. See these things here. And let's see, 18 inches? Yeah, it's about 18 inches. So there needs to be more detail in these. So this will help to kind of pull some of these edges forward. Let's see if we got red there, we got green there. What the hell? Alright, Diego. Say hi to my start screen for me. You have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out and driving the conversation as always, sir, with interesting, unique, and amazing perspectives. Appreciate you, man. Well, that's cool. Thank you. Yes, it is my work, and among other things. I mean, I was part of a team on that, so I was like a piece of the little puzzle. So, but it was fun. You too, brother. We'll hopefully we'll see you back here Friday, and most certainly we'll kill you in Among Us on Sunday if you're around. A little subs-only action. Man, Diego, you blow my mind sometimes, man. You're amazing. Hype. Much love, brother. Have fun. Cleansing your mind in gaming. God damn it, Discord. I mean, Stream Elements, I just posted the Discord. There's got to be a way to, like, turn that off if you posted it manually. Again, sorry for the spam, my friends. Some of this vibrant red from back there. Just hit a few points. modulation in this belt, kind of wrapping around her there. We can do the same on this side. Just where that glow is kind of glinting off the top surfaces here. Wrapping around her a little bit. And also light the back sides of these gems with that light, as if it's hitting it and shining through ever so slightly. Close to actual size, so I think it's good. We're closing in here. Closing in. I don't think I'm gonna finish it tonight though. I think I might have to pop it open and give it some love on Friday. Because I've got more than 15 minutes worth of work to do on this. This light is there, that red light is there. We're going to catch that front of that there, but then the red light is going to bounce up on that knuckle. Like relighting it with that red light changed so much about where the light is hitting. We didn't have that backlight source before. Really actually helped to kind of drive it home, I feel like. But at the same time, like shifting up everything from being just the abdomen, lighting it, to the abdomen and that crazy bounce light. Thank you, Corpse. I appreciate that very much. It's very kind of you. Thank you, Mr. Voodoo. Alright, Corpse. Thanks for hanging out. I'm probably going to be calling it here in about 15 minutes myself anyway. We will see you Friday. Stay strong. Good luck with all the move prep and everything. And love you very much. See you next time. Sleep well. That's what I meant to say. Words, they fail me. That's not a good place to be in for a streamer. That doesn't look good on you. Doesn't sound good on you. Interesting. So now I'm asking myself with that red light if I need to change up some of the lighting on the legs, and I think I probably have to, because right now it sort of makes sense but doesn't make as much sense as it would with that red light in. So I think on Friday there's going to be a little bit of work to do on that, to make it kind of unify with what's going on down here on her belt and her hands, because this bottom plane is going to pick up a lot more of that red light now, and then so that we can have like top plane with the glow and then bottom planes and things facing kind of back as having that red glow, and that'll really I would say like cohese it very well, make it all work like it's supposed to, because right now the light logic is not 100%. right? And light logic is pretty important to sell something as being real when it's completely not real. Made up, right? The thing that's going to make people buy it is the fact that there's a structure and a logic to it that actually works. So I'll do a little bit of adjustment here and there to kind of drive home some of the shadows. Okay. Let's get down in there. Push back some of these elements. Might actually want to set this to overlay and bring down the opacity a little bit so that it lets some of that stuff kind of bleed out or through rather. But we still get some of the ambient occlusion and shift in color and value, right? Trying to figure out where there isn't light that's going to be striking her. And really, she's got light coming around her here. So, and she's got light down there, which means that all of this is going to be a little bit darker. So that it's not the same, I'm going to shift it around a little bit. I'm going to make another layer, set it to overlay. Got to be really careful when going over features, right? Because you can really kill it. You can see I'm being really careful right now. So I just want to dust it in and then draw it way back down. See if I can darken it without ruining it. And if I can't, then I can always come back in with some other colors and help to kind of bring it back out. Overlay really helps for that because you can really control the amount of light being cast onto something in that regard. Not totally sold on that, but it's not horrible. One thing that might help is to put in her nose actually catching a bit of that light. Good brush, yes. Just a smidge back here. Here. So I'm switching to the smudge brush to like smudge out some parts of it to give the highlight some shape. So leave some of it kind of chiselly from the brush and then smudging it. Don't like it, but what I can do is put it onto another layer and adjust it so that I do like it. She will have a highlight there. Everybody has highlights on their nose. They basically indicate a plane change, right? So I can change the color of the highlight until it's something that I like. So start with it being red and move through these colors until it's something that not only makes sense but looks good. The most important part is making it look good. See, in the shadow there, it kind of makes sense because she's getting a little bit of ambient light from the top. And that would be where it's coming from because she's got light behind her, light underneath her. So having that ambient lighting be like a bluish light, like the stuff back here, like this threads and whatnot, and all of this up here is bluish, means that she's in a cavern, there's light up top that's kind of bluish that's being bounced around, and it's hitting her nose. So bring the saturation down so that it falls back a little bit. And now there's a little bit more dimension to her face. So now I can merge that back down. That layer, and merge that down. Oh, nope. Can't merge overlay layers down unless you're going to flatten everything out. So I can just paint on top of it. Yet again, bring some of these hairs back out, right? And accent this side of her face a little bit more. Desaturated. So we're going to move up into the blue there. Yeah. And give her a little bit of a smirk. A very tiny smirk. So at this point, it's just like, it's that last 10%, right? Because we're pretty close. So it's the little kind of movements that kind of drive everything home. Is that it? Is that the end of our playlist? I feel like it might have been. Whoop! Whoop! No. I'm supposed to be playing this. Damn, I hope I don't get dinged for that. Hopefully that was short enough. Goodness. Why, Harris Heller? Harris Heller, you're too intense tonight. Chill out. Please be chill. There you go. That's chill. Sorry about that, gang. So, like I was saying, last 10% sometimes takes as long as the first 90%. That's just how it goes. And that's okay, because if you got to do it that way, you got to do it that way. Plus, you got to find all those little things that aren't quite working for the story, right? Like the head tilt and all that stuff. But what we can do is we can flip it back to the original orientation and see how it holds up. After we hit save, of course. So that's where we were when we started tonight. And that's where we are. I would say we made really good progress this evening. Like, it went from, is this going to work, to this definitely is going to work. Where we were, where we are. Where we were, where we are. Where we were, where we are. So, a few things that we're gonna probably address on Friday. These things. Some of this stuff down in here. These. To get that light shining up. I mean, even that really kind of makes it read a little better, right? And then maybe tighten up some of this stuff, or some of this stuff, or yeah, like those areas. A little bit more tightening. And then we'll call it an evening, I think, on Friday. Yeah, I'll save those notes there. Yeah, so that is it, my friends. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Wednesday evening, for having a really interesting, in-depth, and intellectually, emotionally jarring, interesting conversation. I will be back Friday evening, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am planning on us having another session for subs only on Sunday, as usual. As now usual. So if you're not a sub and you want to sub, then sub. If not, come over to the Discord, join the discussion, and yeah. Thank you all for being here. I love you very much. Love one another. Be kind to one another. And we'll see you again back here in the Arts Department. Have a wonderful night, my friends. Sleep well.